So that's where I'm also like, you're raising these quarter black children with racist ideologies because their daddy's a Trumpy and doesn't believe in black people should have rights, basically. That's how I look at you if you're a Trumpy. You think black people shouldn't have rights. This is just like a video where I just talk about like different people that I've seen with atrocious men, and y'all still stayed with them. So that's kind of a reflection of you. Just because they're your favorite creator, it's okay to still hold people accountable.
No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing, no such thing.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about your partner is a reflection of you, also ignoring racist ideologies. So without further ado, let's get started. Quick disclaimer, I know in my last video I talked a little bit about these being my last sit down video. I lied. So I actually do have to go and buy Final Cut Pro. My editing system, LumaFusion, simply cannot handle vlogs anymore and the amount of content that I put within those vlogs. If you know me, I'm a yapper and I love to yap. And so my vlogs are almost an hour and a half, 2 hours long with just the raw footage alone. My editing software cannot handle that, so I now have to go and buy Final Cut Pro, learn how to use that, and also try to figure out how to edit a video on there. That is why there's a sit down video today, because I need the extra time to be able to learn that software, but also I don't want to be inconsistent, say that I'm taking a week off. I thought I would just sit down really quick and make a quick video and let that be the buffer while we wait on the Louisiana vlog. I promise it's still coming. It's not going to be anything too grand, but I still want to upload that video because I did vlog it and I want to show off my sister's accomplishments. Anyways, so like I said, the main reason why I wanted to make this video is because I literally saw a girl make a TikTok where she talks about how a lot of women date these atrocious ass men, and yet we like to sit back and be like, no, it's okay, they're different from their man, they're not the same. But when you really think about it, your partner is a reflection of you. I have the idea of a lot of the times we can go and mirror people to allow them to feel more comfortable around us, and a lot of people call this mirroring and masking, where it's like you're masking your own emotions to be able to mirror the person in front of you to make them feel more comfortable. So with saying that, I have just been thinking, and within her video she was talking about Nara Smith specifically, and I know there's a lot of Nara Smith lovers. Way back then I used to follow Nara and Lucky on my spam account just because I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I am a white man's whore. Okay, I said it. But anyways, within that I followed Lucky, and then I remember him having a kid, and then the woman was like way older than him and all this. It was this whole thing, and then him and Nara started dating, and Nara was like 18 and I think Lucky was around the same age. Then they got married, then they had a baby like right away, and then after that it's kind of, you know, they've grown. Nara has like grown her online presence more than Lucky, because what I remember is that it was always Lucky not being the forefront, but like they were obviously like a unit together, but they were both known for modeling. And then that's when Nara took like the step, because she said that like her eczema got really bad, which is why she started making everything from scratch, and then she just started filming and posting and all this other stuff. That's not what we're talking about in today's video. What we're talking about is people's ideologies and the people that they are with, and they want to act like they don't have the same ideologies, but you're with that person. So I'm kind of like side-eyeing you, like what do you mean you don't have the same ideas as him? You're married to him.
That post that I made about Nara the other day made me realize that a lot of people can't identify dog whistles and very big red flags that be right the fuck in your face. She's telling us that she isn't a Mormon, but her husband is a Mormon. His whole family is a Mormon. She's married to him, raising children with him, keeps procreating with him, and he's a Trump supporter. Y'all think that she doesn't share those ideologies too? For real? Like, seriously? You genuinely believe that she was comfortable marrying a man who's a Trump supporter and a Mormon, but doesn't share any of those ideologies at all? Okay, you fucking idiot. If a lady is married to a man who is a racist, a bigot, a homophobe, a Trump supporter, any of the isms, it's because she shares those ideologies too. She may not be as vocal about it, but best believe behind closed doors, them niggas is laughing in your face, calling you the hard fucking ER. As a kid, you learn that saying actions speak louder than words. Her actions are showing us stuff that's very concerning, and that's why I'm talking about it, because it's fucking concerning. Diddy also told us that he was a good man, and he was rubbing other men's sperm on his nipples after beating the shit out of his women and making them have sex with other men. I need y'all to wake the fuck up. That's why y'all think that Sydney Sweeney ad isn't eugenics, because y'all can't identify dog whistles that are right the fuck in your face. Again, if her husband is a Mormon and a Trump supporter, and she's willing to procreate with him and marry him, why would you not think that she is also a Trump supporter Mormon? Okay, the actions are right there in our face. Even when they try to put the pretty little packaging on it, it's still there in our face. That's why people call it out. That's why people will continue to call it out, because it's weird. That post that I made about Nara,
like I said, Nara and Lucky met when she was around 18, got married when she was 18, and then had her first child around 19, I'm pretty sure. And to me, I'm just like, that is like early to be having kids. And you know what? When people are like, when you're well off, when you have the money to raise them children the way that you want them, by all means. The part that I have something to say about it is Nara claims she's not Mormon, but Lucky is Mormon. What do we know about Mormons? They're usually Republicans. What do we know about Republicans? They usually vote for Trump. Within at least my years of, you know, going to school and Trump's presidency and all that other stuff, a lot of the times Utah Republicans and people within that realm vote for Trump. So saying that, everybody obviously during the election, we kind of found out people's true colors, who people were voting for, etc. Within this, we found out obviously Lucky was a Trump supporter and he's a Mormon. So it kind of, we don't really put it past him. Where I think a lot of people's hearts were broken is when they found out that Nara, you're married to that man. You're married to a white man, loves to have that toothpick in his mouth like he's in the fucking 50s and 60s again. So it kind of makes sense on why and who he voted for. We know what time period he wants to go back in. Nara, I understand that you are biracial, and this is also what I be talking about. It's very different when it's biracial people who are of like different races rather than the one drop rule like it is here in America. But at the same time, like Nara presents black. You obviously know by the one drop rule you're gonna be called black. Nara presents black, but a lot of the times she only talks about like her German heritage, which I get it. She grew up in Germany, so obviously why wouldn't she? But you don't really see her talk a lot about like her South African side. And so that's where I'm just like, interesting. You're only talking about your white side. And you know what? She may not have grown up with her South African side. Completely understandable. But like I say, even like the children that she's bringing into this world, she's bringing in quadroon children into this world. If y'all are like, what the fuck is a quadroon? Back then, quadroon was used as a racist remark to refer to people as 1/4 black and the rest white. So obviously was saying that quad means 4. So 1/4 of, you know, they were just making shit up back then. And then there's like an octoroon and all that other stuff. But her children are quadroon. I know that sounds so bad, but it's the truth. Her children are quadroons. They have a quarter black in them. Before, from when they were posting their children to now when they're not, they have blue eyes and curly hair. Obviously they present like they have some type of black in them, but genuinely they look white passing. So that's where I'm also like, you're raising these quarter black children with racist ideologies because their daddy's a Trumpy and doesn't believe in black people should have rights. Basically, that's how I look at you. If you're a Trumpy, you think black people shouldn't have rights, or anyone other than white people, because white supremacy is running deep right now. But with saying that, it's like you're with someone who's a person of color, you have children who are people of color, but you don't support people of color. Like, it's not adding up to me. I don't understand white men who go out and do that, because you already don't like us black people, so why are you procreating with black people when they're going to be black? Like I said, it reminds me of that one TikTok I made that got taken down for hate speech because people were so butthurt when I said me choosing to have children with a white person so there's less of them. Yes, that's how the one drop rule works. So me joking like that, it was just like a joke, but this is actually what's happening in real life. It's also like, I'm so sick of Nara saying, I'm not Mormon, but your husband is. And like, I get you can be like loosely Mormon because we've all seen Secret Life of Mormon wives. We've seen what the fuck they be doing. It doesn't very seem holy and Mormon culture and all that stuff, and I get it. But at the same time, it's like, I thought when you're married and you're Mormon, especially the man, if you're marrying a Mormon man, don't you have to convert? Don't you have to, like, I just don't understand how that works. And even then, if you say that you're not Mormon, you are still with a man that has racist ideologies. Like, what's not clicking? What's not clicking?
What's not clicking? What's not clicking?
It's not clocking to you. Okay, I have two different things. I love the what's not clicking? What's not clicking? And then that New York's mom was saying to her, which is like, what's not clicking? And then also, it's not clocking to you. It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business. Those are my two little stems. I had to say that real quick because I'm like, what's not clicking? What's not clicking? She's also on her 4th birth in 5 years. Nara became a stepmommy at 18. 18! Then she got pregnant, what, like a year later or whatever, had her daughter Rumble, and then after that, they just kept having kids back to back to back. It was Slim Easy, now it's Whimsy Lou, now there's the 4th child. We don't know what the gender is, but who knows what name it's gonna be. But at the same time, that is typically in Mormon fashion how Mormon people have kids. How do I know this? I used to oddly have a weird obsession with the FLDS church and also the show Escaping Polygamy. If you don't know what the FLDS church is, it is the Fort Lauderdale Saints of Jesus Christ or something like that. And it is like they're similar to Amish people, but not really. But they marry multiple people. They have hella fucking kids. People are marrying their first cousins and like arranged marriages and all that type of shit, right? So that's where I'm like, I kind of see the same patterns of the FLDS church and Escaping Polygamy, who the main part of Escaping Polygamy was Mormonism. And that is what they were escaping because a lot of the people didn't want to be married to whoever and be the 4th, 5th, 6th wife. And also they were marrying children. So that's where I'm just like, keep that white shit away from me, for real. I also don't want to skip over the fact that Nara Smith was proven to be taking inspo from that South African TikToker. I think her name was like Unze. I'll put the name on the screen because I don't want to butcher it.
You hear the story about how Nara Smith is being accused of stealing content ideas from a smaller creator? This is the inspiration for Nara Smith's content. Oneswa is a creator out of South Africa who makes home fresh meals that she sources from her own farm. And she has a beautiful aesthetic, a beautiful voice, and a nice, calm, relaxing demeanor, just like Nara Smith. Well, two creators with similar content can exist in this world, but the problem came when Oneswa claimed that she was no longer making content because Nara Smith continues to copy her content ideas. Of course, the backlash was swift against Oneswa because everybody's a Nara Smith fan. Could Nara Smith be the type of person who would steal another creator's content ideas? Most people don't believe that. But this creator had a perspective that might make you change your mind.
I see the conversation that's being had on social media, and I'm really disappointed because the points that people that are in defense of Nara Smith are saying, Oneswa's a nobody. Oneswa does not have the following that Nara Smith has. Oneswa is ugly. Oneswa, why would Nara Smith ever steal from Oneswa? Who do you think you are? Basically saying that Oneswa's a nobody and that Nara Smith would never do something like that, which is crazy to me. Because have you guys never picked up a fucking history book? This is what people do who have affluence, but don't have the skill or the innovation or the wherewithal to sit and come up with ideas on their own. They steal from others. To think because Nara Smith is this light-skinned woman who's living overseas and she's married to this white man and she looks put up and the aesthetic is beautiful, that she would never steal from somebody who has a farm living in South Africa like Oneswa is crazy to me. That's the point. She knows that you would think that, so she can get away with it.
Could Nara Smith be that unimaginative that she can't come up with her own content ideas? Well, Nara Smith says she doesn't even know this creator. The internet came up with receipts that show otherwise. In this comment, Nara wrote, "I've never seen her videos, nor do I follow her. I'm not the first or last person to make boba." But someone found a comment she wrote before that said, "I'm so sorry you have to deal with these comments. Your content is so inspiring." Nara Smith wrote that to Oneswa. Most entertainers put on a facade. That's nothing new to the creative world. But this isn't the first time that Nara Smith has been caught in a lie. When Nara and her husband shared their How We Met story on YouTube, she was pretending to be something she's not, and her husband called her out.
When I heard her voice, I was like, wow.
Yeah, because I've never
crazy.
heard your voice before. Maybe I have.
No, you have. Oh, she has. She started...
No, I didn't.
She's scoured the internet for videos of me trust.
Okay, but that sounds really creepy. I just needed to...
But it is what it is.
Regardless of the drama, nobody's gonna stop watching Nara Smith because she's a vibe that we all need from time to time. But consider the source. Miss Oneswa is a vibe that inspired the vibe that we all love.
Hi, I'm Oneswa, and I make meals using items that I've grown, raised, or foraged.
What do you think of this story? Leave a comment to let me know. I'm Tierka with the T. Follow for more.
But at the same time, Nara was caught because she was saying, I don't know who this woman is. I've never seen this woman in my life. Babes, you were caught commenting on one of her videos back then. So do you know her or do you not? So that's where I'm also like, it's feeling like a little bit of colonization. You literally have a creator that's from the same country as you. And you couldn't have thought, maybe we should collab. Like, that would be a good collab. No. Instead, you said, let me go to her page. Let me see what she's doing. Let me copy her. Let me post the videos myself because I know that they're going to go viral because I'm Nara Smith. And they did go viral. And it was this whole thing on TikTok. And that's where I'm also just like, it's giving a little bit of colonization. You're going and you're stealing ideas from other people. people, you're not crediting them, and then when they do try to come out and say something, you try to completely dismiss them and be like, I don't know who you are, I've never been on your page before, when there's receipts. Let's also be real. Who's her BFF? Ballerina Farm. She's probably trying to be like her right now. Ballerina Farm is on her, what, 8th, 10th child? I'm not sure. Nara is literally only, what, 23? Oh my, the sun's getting covered by the clouds, so deal with the lighting changes. But like I said, Ballerina Farm is on her what child? And Nara is now on her 4th birth, 5th child. We know what y'all trying to do. Let's be real. Moving on to Grimes. This is just like a video where I just talk about like different people that I've seen with atrocious men, and y'all still stayed with them, so that's kind of a reflection of you. I remember there's like a couple Grimes songs I be liking my alternative emo music. I don't know about y'all, I be hitting it. But at the same time, I remember when Grimes was like with Elon Musk and they had a baby and the baby's name was like a number XA12, some shit like that. I don't even know what the baby's name is. This is what I'm talking about, where, you know me, y'all know I listen to Sheree 7. I'm all about getting my bag, getting my money, okay? But when it comes to procreating with a man like that, a man who apparently wouldn't even want to buy a new bed, who is the richest man in the world, okay. Same with these people. You choose your partners. You choose your partners, you choose your baby daddy, and you choose who you want to be around. Y'all willingly choose to be around these atrocious, insufferable ass men for what? So that's why, like with Grimes, I'm looking at you, I'm side-eyeing you a little bit, because we already know Elon Musk's ideologies and what he planned to do. Even with X alone, we even learned that Elon Musk's children, one of them, disowned him because they wouldn't respect the pronouns that the child wants to be called now. And I'm pretty sure the pronouns are she, her. We already know Elon Musk and all the just not accurate stuff that he be saying, and actually homophobic, racist remarks that he be saying. I wouldn't want that to be my daddy either. Babes, I'm disowning you. Now moving down to Kim K. I know a lot of us probably felt a little bit sad for her and just like, ooh, when we all saw Kanye go to the White House and wearing the Make America Great Again hat. With seeing that, I'm like, Kanye, I know this is just another one of his stunts, but it seems very much real. And I just like, it was just like a jab to the black community. But with Kanye, we don't know what that man is capable of doing, so we all just like kind of side-eyed Kim, right? And Kim stayed quiet throughout the whole thing. She wasn't really making a spectacle of it. But then now you see Kim K wishing Ivanka Trump a happy birthday, and y'all are all cuddling up with the Trump family. What are we doing? We all wanted to look at Kim side-eye like, yeah, you're with this man. But then she went and did the same thing, but it's okay because she's a white woman, right? Right? Exactly. Oh, I mean Armenian. Sorry. The annoying thing about this all, especially as someone who can see through shit a little bit easier than other people, is the fact that people will eat anything up. Just because they're your favorite creator, it's okay to still hold people accountable. I want people to hold me accountable, so it's okay if people are holding them accountable, because that's what needs to happen. And last but not least, I'm going to be talking about Monet and Jalen. I know, everybody loves them. I hate to say it, but I'm that type of person where if I ever were to meet them, I do want to ask you about your ideologies and your mindset, because why are you going and posting that shit online? Dead ass. I already made a whole YouTube video talking about Jalen and how he was kind of whitewashing history by taking away the fact that that was a slave quarters. I don't care about what he found in that fucking history. It's slave quarters to me. Looks exactly like it. It's too similar. No. At the same time, I don't care. I don't care that this man came out and had a whole debunking video and finding the history of the land, because if people didn't bully you the way that they did before and telling you that the way that you were joking about history like that isn't funny, then you wanted to come online with this condescending ass attitude talking about, well, actually, I found out that this person's name was Jalen, so maybe it was. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I look at how you first talk about things, and the way that you talked about slavery was absolutely disgusting, because you want to sit there and brush over all the facts about what actually happened. And Monet, you're no better. You're sitting there and you're complicit too. And like that girl said in the video, these are the same people who are probably kikiing behind doors talking shit about people while they're sitting there smiling in our faces. I don't know why so many women are complicit. It reminds me, y'all know, like I say so many of the times, I listen to Sheree 7. This is like a baddie dating a dusty. You are going to devalue yourself for a man? For a man? And why does it seem like it's always the man? The man being the issue and the women just following around ditzy as hell, not having an opinion for themselves. That's the issue that I have. Lucky's the racist one. Elon Musk was the racist one. Kanye was the racist one. Now you got Jalen acting a damn fool. And this is also what I have to say too. I am so sick of racially ambiguous people who can pass as black but not always black at the same time. And they will sit there and they won't speak up about issues about the black community. They won't talk about nothing. They won't help the black community in any fucking aspect, but they will sit there and still profit off of black culture and black history. Make it make sense. So yes, that's why I said sometimes I say, Monet, I am side-eyeing you because this is what I be saying. We want to talk, oh, I feel so bad for these women. These are the same people who are saying they feel bad for Melania. Melania knows exactly what the fuck she's doing. And why do you think she's with the racist ass man in the first place? I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad for these people because they know exactly what they got themselves into with the people that they're with. What? Why are you surprised when you're getting flack from the person that you're with? Like I said, the person that you're with is low-key a reflection of yourself. So what are we doing? What are we talking about? I'm telling you, I'm the type of person where even if I meet people that I don't necessarily agree with, have the same opinions, I can still be cordial, but at the end of the day, I'm still gonna press you on why you have that opinion and why you thought that was okay to post that. Like I say in every single video, and I should have said it at the beginning, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. This whole video was my opinion, so please don't take it like it's fact. Opinions are opinions for a reason. Everybody doesn't have to have the same opinion. That's the reason for opinions. But with saying that, all these people have their own opinions. They're just not as vocal. And if you see someone with a racist man, most of the time, they're racist too. And I saw a really, really good comment that I want to talk about where somebody said it's basically the same thing as these white people being in their racist families and trying to say, no, I don't have the same ideals, but you do. Subconsciously, you do. And I know that there are those white people who, you know, don't play that game. They will call out their racist family members, all that other stuff. But I'm talking about the performative white people who, oh my God, I'm so dark, who want to sit there and act like they're in solidarity with us when you sit there and be quiet in your house of racist parents. I don't want to hear it. I think I've done enough yapping for this video because I know I've probably made a lot of people mad. So let me just end it here. I hope y'all enjoyed this video and I'll see you on my next one. Bye, y'all.